Okay.
Alright. Kazumi, you can upgrade my armor class with a certain spell?
Oh, yeah, about that. We've been playing that wrong. So,
No!
you have to use a reaction by me in order for that to happen, and I can only do it number of times equal to my intelligence modifier. Wait, no, equal to my proficiency bonus. So, right now I can only do that twice, and it comes on my reaction.
I see.
We really haven't been playing it wrong.
So, what's that?
Okay.
Yeah. So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to look at God and be like, does it hit if I don't add this number to this thing?
I'll let you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the stream we can hear each other. I'm gonna test audio since the last stream I was a little bit turned down. I'm gonna say some weird shit. Hubadiga, Babuhida, Hubalola. I love goblins and butt.
Arise, a chicken. Arise.
Arise, chicken. Chicken, arise. Alright. Let's see.
Okay, I sound a little bit quiet, so I might need to be turned up a tiny bit if you're alright with that, Mr. DM.
Yeah, but your inflection changes. You go from like low to high really fast.
I see. Oh, whatever works. Don't make me too loud, I guess. Okay, it sounds like I sound perfect now.
Yeah. It's just all the inflection in your voice. You just have to inflect more.
Inflect more.
Inflect more.
I don't know what that means, but I understand.
Well, it's the difference between talking like this and talking like this.
Oh shit! I can hear it now.
Inflection damage.
Psychic damage.
Inflection damage. God damn it.
And then just so you guys do know, this session is just because we have some people that aren't feeling 100%. Where this is most likely just going to be a mostly roleplay session, unless you guys end up doing stuff that leads it in a different direction.
Excellent.
Peter.
Hey.
Looking at you, Peter.
Hey. We are not here. We are not here to point fingers. Name names.
You know,
Right.
I'm thinking about doing a mind spike on Peter just so that way, A, I can bitch slap him for his fucking craziness, and B, know where he is at all fucking times.
I mean, if you do it and nobody sees you,
I mean, you're gonna feel it. It would be 3d8. It would be 3d8 psychic damage.
But what if I have no brain, so there's no psychic damage to take?
Oh, for fuck's sake! You know the sad thing is, I can't even.
I think you would take extra psychic damage in that case.
Damn. So Mr. DM, I take it you're ready?
I am ready.
Oh shit, what do we do?
Probably a quick last time on.
Yes, so last time you guys did leave Landdown on your quest to go meet the two beast tribes and try and restart communications between them and Landdown. You guys have chosen to go to the Kobolds first. Through your travel into the forest, through the misguided actions of a couple of our party members, you all decided to engage in combat with a wyvern and its brood of crystal-controlled humanoids. And you guys have taken a rest, and that is where we are going to be waking up. When you guys do wake up, you do realize there is one less party member with you, but you do notice on a nearby tree there is a note stabbed into it, and I think Ulf is the only one not in Roll20, so you won't be able to see this, Ulf. Actually, there's two of you not in here.
Give me a second. That's on me. Sorry.
But I will share with the rest of the people here the note
Definitely look at it.
that has been left behind by our
I was like, I knew I was forgetting something.
Strong Cena. So who's reading the note?
Oh, I will.
I am very well perplexed about this.
All right, we're back.
To my recent adventures, I am sorry. I didn't mean to come off a bit harsh intentionally. Growing up, I did not have to struggle for much thanks to my parents who never gave me the time of day. I am out here to prove myself to them and bring honor to our family, but going through our adventure together made me realize my weaknesses. So I'm taking off solo to figure out what true hardship means and to work upon myself. Take care in your journeys as well. We might meet again someday also, Peter. You suck, bro. Get good, Lamau.
Oh,
You
Well, I did
just
have
see
some common
Kazumi
sense.
just laughing her ass off at the last sentence there.
Kazumi, what does that note say?
It is actually both Judas and Peter holding up the note.
Oh wait.
What does this what does this last line mean?
It means Peter sucks, and that he should get good.
It's that bastard. I thought we were friends. He's betrayed my trust.
Well, if he wanted to improve himself, I could have drafted up a training regimen for him if he decided to stick around. But he's taken it upon himself to find his own path to strength. This, too, is commendable.
I passed the note to Kageno. Kageno, can you feed this to your carbuncle?
I think you need the protein. Why don't you eat it?
You know what? Yeah, I eat the note.
The low blink. Well, now that's enough excitement to start the day. Have we had breakfast yet?
I just had breakfast now with the note.
I think we need to get some breakfast.
Alright.
That way we can get our strength back after someone, and she'll look right at Peter as she says this. After someone went headlong into battle without any preparations.
I'm just
So-
eating my notes still.
She's just shaking her head as she watches. But she's not surprised in the least bit.
Actually, I have a question for you guys. Did any of you even gather rations before you left Landown?
Oh, yes. I actually have rations as part of my thing.
Ah, sweet. We're not gonna starve to death. It's gonna become man versus wild.
I have 10 days of rations for one individual. Are you telling me that nobody else decided to, put rations in their inventory?
I was playing hunting for my own food until Sandy happened.
Oof, do you have rations?
I was also planning to live off the lay of the land until we made ourselves to another civilization.
Whoever is
I'm
planning
actually
to live
reading
off the
this
lay
page.
of the land, give me a survival check.
Oof just said something.
I have the Explorer's Pack. I'm taking a look at what that has.
It has rations. You have
It
10.
does.
Yeah.
There's a couple days rations.
I also have an explorer's pack, which means that I also have. Aha! We have rations. We are not
I
dumb.
went ahead and yes, I went and as part of my character, I went ahead and got the Explorer's Pack as part of my starting equipment, and then purchased the Scholar's Pack because why the fuck not? Or no, it was the other way around because the Explorer's Pack was cheaper.
Kageno, do you still have that beef jerky that you always feed me?
Oh, you mean my carbuncle food?
Yes, very good food.
You know,
Don't know if that's right for him to eat, but okay.
Considering that you are in the forest, Kageno, you do find a day's worth of rations.
Sweet. All I need for the moment.
I did, however, roll a dirty 20 for a survival check.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of the team. Look at us, not being dumb.
Yet.
You know what? I too will roll survival. I
And
typed
thus I
the
saved my
wrong thing.
rations for another day.
You know what, team? At least the strong survived and didn't die. That's all that matters, you know? I'm actually kind of happy he went alone. He left us behind and told me to proceed to I suck. Well, if I suck, then it's because his mother taught me how to. And I will have my revenge for that insult.
I do not know how to survival.
So dirty 20 for Kazumi. Let's give you 2 more Canis roots, as well as you find 2 days worth of rations. And then
Excellent.
uh while you with your natural 1 are looking for your own rations, you end up falling into like someone's little handmade pitfall trap for birds, and your foot is stuck, and you scare away all the game.
Does Cat
I have
see this by
fallen.
any chance?
Sorry?
Does Kazumi see this happen?
Sure.
I'm probably not too far away.
Does anyone see this happen? That's the question.
Well, here's the
Kazumi's just
thing,
gonna
if-
point math. I'm
If
just kidding.
Judas, if a Judas falls down in the woods and there's nobody around to see it, I mean, do I make a sound?
Oh,
Just
The
hear
answer
a
is
slight,
yes.
just hear a slight fuck in the distance.
Fuck.
I have fallen.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go over there and check you out, make sure you're not injured.
I come with Kazumi as well too, and I say, "Oof, come along. I think Judas probably, I don't know, sprained his legs or some shit. I don't know. He might need your big muscles to help him out."
Well, hold on there, Peter. Calm down now. That's not at all what that means.
Judas, the fuck you doing?
I was attempting to scrounge myself up some good morning grub, and I did not succeed.
So I see that. Would you like some assistance?
I will never turn down an offered hand. Let us work together to forge for food.
Excellent. I'm gonna offer up my hand to help him up and help undo whatever trap he fell in.
I'd
And
take
then,
that hand.
well, this trap has been here before. You guys have been here, so it's probably set up by a different group of people. So I know Peter, do you have your own rations, or are you gonna be sharing with somebody?
I'm pretty sure I have nothing. I mean, I've technically eaten a note. Does that count as a ration?
No, it does not.
Fuck. Well, Kageno feeds me beef jerky, so that's all that matters.
Are you gonna give him a ration, Rob, or Kageno?
And you know what? I'll give him one, just cause it seems like we'll need him later.
All right.
Don't need him falling asleep on the job, you know. I give him one ration.
I will share
I'm
one
not
of my
gonna.
rations with Judas as well.
Yes, we all have a nice, friendly breakfast together.
So, everyone, I take it we're all filled up with rations and eating all kinds of weird shit. So, do we head off onto our adventures now?
Yes, we have completed our delicious in-dungeon moment. Let us be on our way.
But first, we need to just check in everyone. Oof, are you doing all right? So, what's your status report?
I'm just nomming. I'm eating.
All right, then. That's all that matters. Everyone, let's get the fuck out of here.
But I'm still eating.
No, you can eat on our way there, Mr. Young Man.
We are admittedly under a timetable. Some of it we can take with us to go, no doubt.
I head into the direction of the forest and stuff like that, just going my own way.
Okay, actually no, but how about you don't do that? How about you don't do that? We
I
have
keep
like
going.
we have a path we can follow. Actually,
Wait,
we
is
do
a
have access
path?
to 'em. We have a map we were following. Hey God, can I see that map real quick? Never mind, we are right here.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna do. Are we like right here? Are we like right here? Like where?
You
are we
guys
in
are
relation to the-
closer to over here.
We're already out of the forest.
Yeah,
anyway.
you're at the
Fantastic.
edge of the forest, but you guys were camping inside so that you had cover around you.
Mm-hmm. And did we say we wanted to go to this village first or this village? I think we were going
The
to this one
Kobolds is the one
here.
you were going to, towards the lake.
Yes. Rad. Then that is the path we are going to take. So literally all we got to do is just head north.
Everyone, we head north at once.
Put my carbuncle on Peter's head to keep an eye on him, but also to keep a lookout.
It's nice and elevated. Smart. I respect that.
Very good. Now I have a new hat.
I was gonna say, I respect that you trust Peter that much.
I mean, Peter likes Carvey. Like, he's not gonna do anything to him.
I stare at Judas as he says that.
Right?
Yeah, yes, of course, of course.
See, nothing to worry about. Let us be on our way. So is it just like flat grassland from here on out? Just like
It's
rolling
mostly
plains of green.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's mostly plains with the occasional like small little hill here. Nothing. If you're going straight towards the lake, there's not much going to be in your path unless you are heading like along the coastline and over. But it sounds like you guys want to go straight through the plains.
Mm-hmm. Formation. Peter, you're in front. Kazumi, you are in the middle.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
Oh, fucking course, I'm in the front.
Of course you are. Kage, you're going to be. Do I want you in front of Kazumi or? I want you behind Kazumi. Actually, I'm going to put you behind Kazumi, and then I will bring up the rear.
You said rear.
Yes, I did.
I have
That is my
Carby.
designated position.
I have Carby slap Peter with his tail for that one.
I'm sorry, Carby. I have to have humor in these dark times.
But it's actually, God, is it a bright sunny day?
Yes.
It's a bright sunny day.
Partially
Perfect for
cloudy, but
walking.
nothing really getting in your way.
It's a bright sunny day, perfect for adventuring. I say we savor the moment and enjoy the walk.
Which position is Ulf, by the way? I don't think I heard that. Out of character.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 being the front of the line, and 4 being the back of the line. You're number 1. Kazumi's going to be behind you. Kage's going to be behind her, and I'm going to be behind Kage, being up the rear. So we've got the 2 spellcasters in the middle, being flanked by the 2 big bodies. Air quote big bodies. You're the only big body here, really.
So
Honestly.
Ulf is in the front, correct?
Ulf is in the middle, next to me, behind Kazumi, who is behind you.
Sweet.
Yes, I am squishy.
Let us head forward.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys are traveling through, most of you are quite surprised at how empty this area is. There are plenty of animals grazing and doing their own thing, undomesticated, wild, being free. For a couple of you, this may be somewhat of a new sight, as maybe you have more city living than the others. But it definitely gives you an essence as to how big and empty this island really is.
Never seen so much green in one place. Truly
Kaz
astounding.
Kaz is going to continue looking for medicinal herbs and such along the grasses. You never know what she might find.
Do we know what kind of animals these are?
Yeah, like
most of them look like, you know how like there are different kinds of cows, some with short hair, some with long hair, some with no horns, some with big horns. You just see like different kinds of variants of animals that you've already seen before.
Palette swaps.
Yeah, that have just come and have adapted and evolved to living on the island.
My next question was actually going to be, do we see any signs of the beast tribes? Like stray arrowheads here and there, spears, things of that nature, tracks of groups moving in and about the plains or anything like that?
Not for a while. I do want to remind you that I believe you guys were told that it's about a 3-day walk to the Kobold camp. So on your first 2 days, so your first day was through the forest, and along your next 2 days, it's mostly just rolling hills, animals. It's just very calm and serene, and it's just you guys among nature.
No bandits, no brigands, no ne'er-do-wells.
Nope. That's one of the benefits of establishing a new colony is, especially on a far-gotten island, is brigands haven't really had the chance to set up yet.
Lucky us.
The carbuncle commands me to head straight forward.
I'm
I
gonna
follow.
send up. I'm gonna send up Electra to kind of do some reconnaissance. She's gonna be.
Oh my God, we
50
have a
feet up in the
bird.
air.
Yeah, I forgot we had a bird.
She's gonna 60 feet straight up in the air and kind of keep with the party.
At least we have a flying bird on top of us.
Actually, that works out. So that way, if anything does try to get the jump on us, we have a chance of spotting it first. Smart. That is to be commendable.
Haha.
Okay, I guess we head forward then, Mr. DM?
Yeah.
Okey-doke.
Yeah. On the third day of your travels, as you guys start getting closer and closer, approaching up to the lake, as the phoenix is up in the air, it comes down and tells you that there are two different paths. One is one that you guys can keep heading straight forward, or it goes kind of what are those called? It's a slight path that goes between two cliffs. And in order to go through the high ground, it would probably take like a couple hours going either way, or it's a direct path straight through towards the lake.
Is it a canyon that dips into a valley, or is it just like a straight canyon just walk through?
It's a valley that like dips into a canyon. It's not like a deep canyon. The cliffs above are probably like 25 feet up. Not intensely high, but too high for you to just like jump up and like climb up in one go.
I turn to Kageno. So, do kobolds live in canyons, or where do kobolds live again?
Or tend to settle?
Yes, pretend to settle. Thank you, Judas Buddhist.
Close enough.
It's all right. So out of character, considering my character is more military than he is wilderness, would he know this?
Roll me a history check.
It's like,
Nope.
we don't know, Kageno. You know this.
Ooh,
Probably
that's
not.
a nat 1.
Yeah.
My guy has
I,
has never even heard of kobolds. This is his first time.
The fuck is a kobold?
Should I roll as well? Because I'm trying to. In character, she has already had experience with kobolds.
But the question is, do you know about their living habits? So go ahead and roll me a.
I mean, she
history.
literally. Yeah, that's true. I gotta figure out how to do this. I gotta do roll, and then 1d20 plus 4.
You gotta futz around with it like I did.
Seriously? You fucking suck.
So you
look at that.
you do have history with kobolds, but you've met kobolds in various different places. You've met them in plains, you've met them in mountains, you've met them in hills. So their living habits seem to be more along the lines of humans in that nature, as they kind of live where they need to. Is as far as you can tell.
Here's a question. Can I maybe do some sort of tracking to figure out where they're located? Which path would be best?
I was about to say the same thing I was gonna send the carbuncle through more of the treacherous areas on the ground.
Wait, out of character idea. What if you have the carbuncle on top of the phoenix, double tracking?
I was gonna have the carbuncle go through like the rocky area, and then I was gonna suggest the phoenix do some surveillance from above as well. What do y'all think?
Makes sense to me, honestly.
She's gonna be above. She just has to stay within 100 feet of me to be able to talk to me.
The phoenix will cover more ground. I don't know. I guess maybe I don't know. Hear me out. Maybe my idea is to have the carbuncle ride the phoenix, and when the phoenix is dead, carbuncle can like go into those crevices and stuff like that.
The phoenix is not going to allow the carbuncle to ride her.
Damn
It's a
it.
tiny creature.
Well, the carbuncle is going to be able to see the parts that are like covered by rock the Phoenix won't be able to see. So that's where I was going with that. Because the Phoenix
So
will be above.
yeah, go for Phoenix. Phoenix is fucking more practical.
Yeah, I say we go with the Phoenix.
Okay, so the way this is gonna work is that I'm gonna have to go with the Phoenix so that the Phoenix can talk to me.
I instantly dislike this idea.
So
Yeah,
does that
I
mean?
yeah,
Go
let's
ahead.
let's actually not do that. Sorry, keep going, Peter.
Does that mean we would have to follow the Phoenix and stuff like that? Because I have a feel we're probably gonna go there either way. Either way, not gonna lie.
What do the paths look like again?
So the main path, the fastest path to getting to the lake, it's just a slight path that is. It's probably about, from this distance you can tell it's probably about 20-25 feet wide, and then there are small cliffs on either side that it just follows along for a while. Probably a good like half a mile.
Okay. Is there anything obstructing view being 100 feet up in the air that should give a fair amount of
Just the cliffs themselves
horizon
on
to
your
look at?
side, they kind of jag out towards you. And so going around the cliff would take you a couple hours.
Okay.
Gentlemen and one lady. Even though I'm not the team leader, I personally would suggest we go to the cliff area and stuff like that.
Based on what, bud?
We take the hard way first, and then we take the easy route afterwards.
I'm picking up exactly what he's putting down. I think we should do the exact same thing. He has swayed me with his logic.
I mean, sure.
Kage?
Go for it.
All right.
I'm covering up in front of the party, though, to keep an eye on it.
Ulf, what is your Ulf? Are you fine with this? But
I'm fine.
with this logic, this is
I'm
excellent.
fine with it.
With our combined powers, we will overcome the mighty cliffs. Nothing bad can happen.
Oh, dear God.
I don't know about
Famous
all that. but
last
we're gonna
words indeed.
How do I say, I don't know about all that, but let us be on our way.
This way, young man.
I guess we're going to maintain formation. Actually, I gotta account for Ulf now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Where do I want to put you in this lineup? You got big fat guest written over your character name, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with you.
Ulf big strong, so I'd say Ulf should be big front as well.
Thanks, Peter.
You're welcome, Dad.
Not your dad, but I appreciate the sentiment.
You're welcome, Dad.
We'll work on that anyway.
So yeah, we're just heading off to that direction, Mr. Dad.
You guys are gonna take the couple of hours to go up on top of the cliffs, or are you
Do
going
we have
straight through?
We probably have to go straight through because I don't think we have rock climbing. Well, do our Explorer Spec come with rock climbing equipment?
I'm not sure about rock climbing equipment, but I'm just saying, like, you can go around the face of this cliff. It would just take a couple hours.
Yeah, let's do that. It beats climbing.
Do we have any random encounters on the way there?
We should be fine. Let's say if there was anything out here, we would have seen signs that there being something out here probably at this point. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I agree with your sentiment of earlier. Let's take the road less walked. That's what we can find. Maybe we'll find a cave with treasure in it or something.
A cave. Yes, a very good. I hope that'll be good. Dad, how far are we now from where we are at the moment?
Yeah, because you said it would take us a couple of hours, so
Yeah.
I think I'm
So
gonna try to sit.
wait. So going around this cliff face and coming back towards the main road that you are following. This main path, not road, but path that you are following. You guys are getting closer and closer. You guys are about a couple miles away from the lake as the Phoenix is letting you guys know. It can see a small group of buildings out in the distance on the other side of the lake. Give me perception checks.
For all of us?
Yeah. Whoever wants to roll
Oh,
perception, just give me perception.
Okay, I guess perception. Let me see my perception. Yeah, it probably fails.
I heard a roll.
Okay, my perception.
That was for my bird.
Wow,
Holy shit.
Actually,
I'm doing
I
great
have-
today, guys. I'm doing wonderful.
I have a +5 perception.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me check my perception. It might be better than this. That is an 8. I have a 3, so 4 + 3. I'm sorry, that's a 7.
That's my 22 Gammy boss.
Is everyone? Okay, yeah, everyone did wrong. Okay. So next highest after Rob would be Ulf with a 10. Okay. So as you're passing over top of this cliff, it's like the path was before, mostly plains up top, just a bit elevated. Over to your right, where the canyon path was, you do notice out in the far distance that there are a couple of humanoid-shaped creatures that are standing over there with some of the grazing animals watching you.
Ooh.
can we tell what they are?
Did you
Yeah, what would we roll for that?
You didn't get a nat 20. You rolled an 18. You can, Rob, you can kind of tell they are kind of scalier in appearance. But you can't get a good fix on them from the distance you're at.
Kageno, what do you see?
Some scaly humanoids in the distance.
Could these be the kobolds?
Possibly. If I were to make a suggestion, I'd say we bring our most people that we are negotiating, and have anyone ready to fight right behind us.
I say, because Kazumi's already done dealing with the kobolds, so she would know what they look like, right?
Exactly. And Gamel, you
Kazumi.
seem to have. And
Go
Gamel,
ahead.
you have Judas, you have a way to do word. I say you two lead the charge, and then Peter and Ulf are behind you.
Yeah, we'll have our weapons kind of drawn behind our backs just in case if anything goes bad.
No.
And I'll be right behind
in
to
any
smack
sort of
him if he tries to.
negotiation. In any sort of negotiation, if you have weapons out, it's pretty much a non-starter. Don't pull your
Yeah.
weapons out.
No. I mean, we'll have our weapons behind our back, all right?
That's
So we
not
look friendly.
They're gonna see that too, because I guarantee you they're gonna want to surround us. So
Not here to start a war.
just yeah.
Okay, then. Just shit. How do we introduce ourselves? Do we just be like, "Hey, over here," or do we
You
just
walk up to him and say, "Hi, we're
Oh,
from
yeah.
this place," and
Oh, but-
then
How
But
far
with
away
the
are they?
Kazumi, yeah, how far are they? That's a good question.
Like 200 feet away.
All right, let's head. I say we head in that direction, and we let Kazumi and Gamel handle the introductions. Y'all cool with it?
Yeah, I'm cool with this.
Absolutely.
I guess I'm acting as your bodyguard, Kazumi.
Excellent.
Or we must
I
act
guess that's where we're
professional as much as we can.
I guess
So I'm
we
gonna-
are heading
I'm gonna let
that direction.
So I'm gonna let Kazu take the lead on this one, and I will be back up.
Okay. I'm just gonna start walking towards that direction then.
I'm right behind her. So, God, how goes the approach?
The approach is going well. You can tell that this creature is noticing you coming towards him, and he's not running, but he's also trying to like keep an eye on the animals that are around him.
Do they look like farm animals? Like what are they called? Domesticated?
From a closer look, it seems like he is domesticated. This creature is domesticating them, but they don't seem to have any collars or branding or any sort of those things.
Interesting.
Hail and well met, friend. Or actually, wait, might as well just greet them and see if they speak common.
Do they look like kobolds as we get closer?
Yes.
Excellent. So then I'm gonna start speaking in kobold and be like, "Hello, well met.
You know Draconic?
We're looking for." I'm sorry.
You know Draconic?
Whatever kobold is.
Kobolds speak Draconic.
Oh, is that what that is? I just wrote down kobold.
Oh, then yeah, rewrite that to Draconic.
Oh, that's way more impressive.
I speak with
Come on,
fucking dragons.
languages.
You could have persuaded the wyvern earlier. Fucking you can continue on. That was out of character joke.
They're not
You
a
know,
bard,
actually,
they're
that
not
would have been
gonna
fucking
persuade the
hilarious. Now that I know that, yeah, that
Actually,
would've been great.
unironically, no, that was a thing she could have actually done.
Yes. Persuaded the wife.
We could have actually talked to the dragon. Well, things you learn in hindsight. Anyway.
Okay, so she's gonna be starting to speak in the draconic koboldish tongue and be like, "Welcome, or not welcome. Hello and well met. My friends and I here are looking for the settlement. For the kobold settlement. Could you mayhap point us in the right direction?"
We should probably also explain our purpose in looking for said settlement.
The kobold,
yes, I'll also do
as
that.
you say that, the kobold kind of like reorients, making eye contact with you, and kind of like shaking his head a little bit, overly surprised that you're able to speak his language, and and that he understands you. For a second, he's just like, his mouth is just kind of open, and then he just, I'm sorry. Yes, if you head towards the lake, as he like hand gestures into the northern direction, our camp is over there. Where did you all come from?
We came from a settlement known as Landdown. We've been asked to investigate some reason as to why communications were broken off, and wanted to check and make sure that things were in fact okay.
The new stone city that they're building in the south?
That, I believe, is correct, yes.
Oh, You'll probably want to speak to the chieftain. I know we haven't sent anyone there recently. If follow me, and he just starts kind of like waddling towards the north.
I believe we
Absolutely,
have made
and-
progress. Good job,
Excellent.
Kazumi. This too
Excellent.
is commendable.
Thank you very much. And I just guess we'll follow.
Yeah.
The
We
kobold
we
that
we,
is
we yeah we,
taking us.
we gesture to the others, and Judas gives them a quick heads up that we are being led now to the settlement.
I say, I hope this is a trap where we all die.
I flick Peer in the back.
Slow blink of confusion.
I blink. I blink. I flick Peter on the back of the head and just tell him to start walking.
Oh, my skull. That hurt.
How do I say? Do we try to make small talk with him on the way? You know, get some more information out of him. We should probably try to get some more
Yeah, you know
information
what?
out
I'm
of
gonna
him.
ask about the. I'm gonna ask about those animals because I'm kind of curious.
I whispered in Kazumi's ear. Kazumi, ask about the wyvern.
Also, a thing to ask about.
Yes. Say, friend, if you wouldn't mind, I had a question to ask you. We recently came across some interesting creatures that had these strange crystals attached to their chests. But you wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Like they were wearing the crystals, like around, and like with twine around their neck.
More like they were embedded in these individuals or were already dead, and more being animated by them.
I don't know anything about that. We don't usually leave too far beyond that canyon. Y'all just came in the direction of. Anything south of that really isn't our lands.
Ah, understandable. Thank you.
And
That would
and to the
make
east,
perfect sense.
it's where the Lamias live. That's their territory. We've been staying away from them for a while too.
Oh, has there been any sort of issues with them of late?
We always have issues with their kind, belittling us and taking our food and killing our game.
Are you relaying
this-
this, by the way, to Judas in common?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then Judas is also informing the guys behind them.
Has this been a thing that's been going on for quite a while, or is this all new?
For a very long time.
I see.
There have been a
Well,
couple
maybe-
conflicts and a couple of battles between us and them, but lately we've been trying just to stay out of each other's way.
Sounds pretty reasonable. I wonder if perhaps your chief might be willing to look into opening a dialogue and maybe establishing some sort of trade.
That there may be. Our current lord is getting on in years, but he is still very strong and follows our old ways.
That's excellent to hear. I'm just gonna look back at Judas. Is like, is there anything else we should be asking?
Yes. I'm thinking. So we asked about the dragon, I'm guessing.
The
Kazumi, ask them if there's any dragons in this canyon.
What do I say? We should definitely ask about the dragon. Also,
Are
I'm gonna go feed
there-
Lord real fast.
Are there any other dragons within this canyon that we should be aware of? We sort of came across one recently, back south.
As you say that,
Yes.
he looks over to you, surprised yet again, eyes even wider than before. You saw a dragon?
A wyvern of sorts.
Oh.
She looks over at Peter with a bit of an evil eye and then resumes over resumes talking to the individual. She's like, unfortunately, two of our party members had a bit of a problem with impulse control, so I didn't actually get a chance to speak with said wyvern or dragon, but we just wanted to, kind of check on that.
A wyvern? There was a wyvern in these parts years ago. We had lots of communications with him, but he disappeared probably around 25, 30 cycles ago. We used to lavish him with gifts and stuff, but after he disappeared, we just stuck to our lake, which is where our current deity lives.
Current deity? What deity might that be, if I might ask?
He kind of looks at you a little. Do you know much about our people?
Out of character, I'm a little stuck here.
I returned. What did I miss?
I feel like this is a case of in character knowledge exceeding out of character knowledge.
Okay,
Word.
what you
that would
missed?
be
Oh, go ahead, Rob.
that'd be a religion check, right? For that situation.
Yeah.
Also,
I'd take
actually.
a religion check. I would take a religion check.
Let's see here.
Also, Gamel, quickly out of character, what happened was apparently the kobolds, the kobold was saying that there used to be a dragon or some shit like 30 years ago or something, but they disappeared or something. So possible wyvern lore.
Does anyone want to
I got a
help
14.
Kazumi and give her advantage?
How would I give her advantage?
Do you have what is it called?
I
Do you have
well, I
do
have
you
an ability called help.
Do you have proficiency in religion?
Yes, I have +2.
You have +2. Kazumi, go ahead and roll again with advantage.
I was about to say, I sure don't. I cannot help you.
Damn.
13, so
So-
17. So you do know from your times talking with the kobolds that you have met in the past that kobolds worship dragons. They and not just like every single dragon around. They usually follow and worship the closest and strongest dragon that they can find. Which is why he was a little bit really a little bit excited when you mentioned seeing a dragon. But normally they make their homes around where the dragons slumber and sleep, and they gather these riches. So when the dragons awaken, they are presented with these gifts from the kobolds.
Dragon lore.
Dragon lore.
She's just kind of.
And then it suddenly dawned, and like Judas hears this, and it suddenly dawns on him for a second that the first thing we did when we found said dragon is that we rolled up on it and threw a fucking sword at it.
Hey, we're just not gonna talk about it. Keep it on
What
the
is it?
low.
So, which is the thing that we should probably not bring up at any point.
Yeah, Ixnay the sword and scale. A
I mean, if
carry
it does
on.
come up, she's just gonna throw Peter under the bus. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that wait, out of character, but don't kobolds like worship Titan or something? Or is this like, or do they actually worship dragons in Final Fantasy?
Hey. Oh, those are goblins. You're thinking of goblins.
No, actually, you know what? Let's continue. I don't want to sound like that. That actually,
That's hilarious.
In the lore,
I
Actually,
goblins and kobolds, but this works fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
actually in the lore, we continued the campaign. I'm fucking yeah.
According to the Eorzea,
I'm pretty sure they call themselves like Gooble Gobbles or something.
and according to the Encyclopedia Eorzea, Volume 1, which I don't own, but I know somebody who does.
I have all three.
I only have the
Chef.
cookbook.
You only have to cook, but that's where you get your lore from.
Yeah.
We have three. We have, as of this past weekend, 3 people now in the FC who all own that goddamn cookbook.
It's my cookbook.
I know because I bought one for my FC leader.
It's my cookbook. Back off.
She's gonna kind of look at this kobold and just kind of be like, she's just kind of rubs her chin a bit, and she's just like, a dragon in the lake. Tell me, what kind of dragon is this, if I might ask?
Dad, Senpai.
Yeah, I know. Give me 1 second.
All right.
When you make
Wheels
the
are
DM
turning.
suddenly have to do something.
God's got to look through his notes.
It's like, oh shit! I didn't expect anyone to ask this question.
I thought they were just gonna try to kill everything.
I actually
Why
have the
couldn't they-
right lore.
Why couldn't they just be
Not
a band of
everybody's
murder
like you.
hobos?
As he's waddling back towards the lake, he just goes, "Well, I've never seen him myself, but the dragon that lives he lives under the lake."
Under the lake. That's a rather interesting sort of residence. I'm assuming caverns underneath the lake, or is it quite literally within the lake itself?
I don't know.
Hmm.
We don't really go swimming in there. That's kind of his domain.
I see. She'll look back to the party and just kind of be like, Ixnay on the swimming way.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you. Well, does the kobold understand us whenever we start speaking in common? I figured that I'm making sure because I figure that they probably know how to speak common because otherwise, how would they be talking to people in Landdown? I just want to be sure before we continue with this our conversation.
That's true.
As you guys are kind of like whispering to each other in the back, it doesn't seem like he gives you the time, or he might not even understand what you're saying.
Rad. Okay, cool. Just making sure. So there's a dragon that lives in the lake.
What the fuck did you say about a
You know,
lake?
I'm just gonna straight up ask him. By the way, sir, do you happen to know the common tongue by any chance? It might make it a little bit easier if you do for my fellow party members to understand what's being said.
I've only understand and speak Draconic. There are a couple people in our village that speak your human language.
Well,
I would.
it's not my human language, as you can see. I'm of Vira. I prefer my own tongue, but that's neither here nor there. And she'll just kind of offer a soft chuckle.
I
would ask-
She's clearly being in jest with the kobold.
I would ask him who if they have a representative that would go to the town on every occasion, or like what system they have for that.
I remember that. Well, you're saying that? He doesn't respond.
Yeah, I asked constantly.
Relay that question. I'll relay that from to
We used to send a couple people every now and then to the Stone City, but after a while, our chieftain has decided that we would just stay in our territory. I don't know why no one goes anymore.
I see.
certainly
A
something worth
decision by the
investigating.
chieftain? What suddenly would make him change his mind about communicating with the leaders in Landdown?
How far are we from I guess the tribe place?
You guys have started your descent from the cliff, and you're approaching the lake, and you can see that there is a small wooden tribe village on the other side. Probably about another 40-minute walk. Since you're going around the lake.
We've almost made it.
Excellent.
Hey, Kazumi,
Yeah, this is good. Yes.
Can you ask the? Actually, never mind. I changed my question.
I mean, what's the question going to change to, buddy?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
He was going to try to guess murder. Don't worry about it.
You don't know that. You don't know that. We don't know that. Peter.
No, it's more like this question would have unintentionally started a war. But go on.
My point stands.
I mean, you can ask me the question, and then I will make the determination as to whether or not I want to relay it.
Yeah, you don't need to relay this one. Trust me. You don't need to hear what I have to say, Kazumi. Let that be a mystery in your mind that you don't want to figure out.
Peter has war-starting thoughts penciled down.
He craves only violence? Question mark. Activizy.
Shit.
Anybody have any other questions they want to ask? Because
That's the thing. I'm trying to. Well, honestly, we'll probably have more questions by the time we actually get a understanding of the situation in the village itself. So I say we can pause on the conversation until we get there.
Oh, I will ask the gentleman's name and, of course, introduce myself properly.
Oh yeah, of course. Always got to press the DM for the NPC names. Every time, forever, without fail. Hey God, who's this?
Is somebody rolling? Oh, you guys are
No,
messaging.
it's just-
I was like, what
Chatting.
is, I could hear beeps. I was like, is somebody rolling right now?
Oh man, I suddenly have a craving for mac and cheese. Goddamn, I know what I'm doing after this.
My name is Nax.
How do I spell that? OOC?
He tells you how to spell it in Draconic.
Okay, but I can't put that on a keyboard. How do I
How do you-
type it?
Say it again. What was his name? Nax.
Nax.
Nax. So Naxx
N-A-X?
or Nax. I don't know why. It felt like I had two X's there for some reason. This felt like a 2X type name. Hey God, is it a 2X type name or a 1X type name?
He seems like a 1X kind of guy.
Okay, Nax. Nax with 1X. Got it.
Got it. Tell me it's in Draconic. That's not helpful.
I mean, that's exactly what he would tell you, though. That's the thing. He only knows how to spell it in Draconic.
She'll
Well,
of course
please.
give her name and the names of her companions.
How do you say Judas Milas Mateus in Draconic?
She figures out a way. She knows the language, damn it.
This too is commendable. I've learned a new thing today.
So as you guys are getting closer and closer to the village, you do know, like, not really approaching you, but like staying around you seem to be more and more kobolds that are like working outside of the village. Some of them seem to be wearing the same garbs as Nax, maybe more foragers, while some of them seem to be wearing more clothing and carrying around pickaxes, probably more heavy duty workers.
Kaz is gonna kind of quietly clap to herself because she's like, they're so adorable and I love that all of them. Kobolds do
Kazumi?
be adorable.
Kazumi,
Yes?
are you okay?
Oh, I'm just fine. I'm just, it's... My last time I was working with them, I couldn't get over how adorable they are. Now that I'm here again, it's just, they're very adorable creatures.
This isn't time for petting and admiring these creatures. We have a mission to do for the greater
Sure.
good of Landtown.
She's just gonna...
Judas takes a quick look around. Adorable is not the word I would use, but they do appear to be a hard-working sort of. Catches himself. Let us be on our way.
Wait, Kazumi. Tell the kobold man that we want to see their chief.
And or where is the chief? Or is there somebody who looks obviously like the chief that we could talk to?
Okay, yeah, I'll relay those questions and ask if they'd be willing to take us sort of straight to the chief as we have questions.
He looks over and he just goes, "Yes, I'll take you to the village and I'll point out what building he's in. But after that, I have to get back to work. I don't want people to think I'm slacking off."
Oh, of course, of course. I definitely appreciate the need to be hardworking and all that good stuff.
So are we losing our guide?
In a little bit, not right away.
Mhm.
Excellent.
He seems like a nice sort, that Nax. With one
Drawing
X.
something would be a performance check, right?
Drawing?
Like a
Yes.
like you're doing a sketch for your journal.
What the fuck? But just
Hey,
One
you-
over, roll
What?
10.
oh, I see what I did.
That's
Actually
impressive. That's
divided
impressive.
it. I didn't know you could type that.
What
I
the
didn't know it would
fuck?
actually calculate like that. Wow, I learned something about Roll20 today.
Big up, roll 20.
What?
Huh?
That's a pretty low roll there, my
Neat.
guy.
You rolled below a 1.
You
I didn't know that was
Look at-
possible.
let's fucking
Hey!
go.
Oh snap! But the turnaround.
Nat
was
20.
Taz
20.
is drawing. Taz is drawing.
You
picture
used
of
a nat
dragon
20
with
on a
kobold.
performance check, you bitch!
Taz is drawing a dragon on one of her pieces of parchment to give to the kobold as thanks for assisting us.
Thanks. You could have.
Ooh,
You could.
You smart ass bitch. I should have never doubted you. I never doubted you. I knew you knew what you were doing. But it doesn't me.
Can I say now that she has proficiency in artistry?
I mean, hand on head out of character, if you've been around as long as you have, you would have had to pick up a hobby at some point.
Fact.
All right. What do we do now?
Otherwise, you get bored and depressed and build entire, monuments to your own sadness or something. Like certain people I know.
That's very oddly specific.
She hasn't really been around all that much. She came out of the rift only 6 months prior to this.
I see. But shall we head on, Kazumi, through this chiefman?
Yeah.
Nax takes the
Yeah.
artwork and he kind of just like tucks it away in his pants and he just like thanks you very much. And after he leads you into the village, he points out that there is one building that's just slightly a bit taller than all the rest, and he points out that to being to where the chieftain lives.
Thank you very much, Nax. I am very gratified for your assistance, and she's gonna kind of bow very deep towards him.
Judas is making a mental note of how many of the kobolds appear to be of fighting age or fighting stature. He's going to try to make any marked notable differences between the males and the females.
We're not going for the slavery route out of character.
No. This is not about slavery. Or anything of that sort specifically.
Roll
This is
me
about-
a intelligence check to see if you can tell how old these kobolds are.
I'm dumb as shit. Why would you do this to me?
Man, that was majestic.
Thank you. My intelligence is a 9.
Oh no!
But I rolled a 14, so it's okay.
Hey, let's go.
Hey.
So that's a 13.
No. It's not a minus. It's just a flat 0, so it's just the 14.
Or
So
a 9 intelligence?
I'm pretty sure.
8 to 9 is -1 modifier.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a -1.
But never mind. That is a 13.
So just kind of like looking around, keeping your eyes open. There are a lot, and I do mean a lot of kobolds in this camp, including the ones that were outside of the village, holding picks and doing herb and agriculture work like Nax, you'd probably say there's maybe close to 40, maybe 50 kobolds of fighting age.
Can I get a description of what appears to be the make of the materials that have gone into their tools?
Uh,
Stone, iron, brass, copper.
so the workers out in the fields, the ones that are doing agriculture, most of them just have like Nax himself just had a wooden pole, kind of like a quarterstaff, but not that sturdy. The miners had little daggers on their sides as well as their picks. There are a couple of kobolds in town that have little swords, spears, and but most of the kobolds around, especially ones in the village, aren't armed. But you can tell that their skin is of sturdier stuff thanks to their scales, and they do have sharp claws thanks to their draconic bloodline.
So they're naturally capable fighters based on their physiology alone.
Which kobold's the hottest?
Oh,
Sweet
for fuck's
heavenly
sake.
Buddha.
Fucking of you.
Fucking the kobolds.
This too is to be commended. Well then, I guess we must make our way to the chief. Actually, lean over to Kazumi. Can you get any? Can you pick up any whispers or any gossip while we're making our way through the town? Anything, just anything you can pick up that sounds interesting.
No, absolutely. I'll be certainly try to pick up anything that might be worth
be,
listening for.
Yeah, that could be potentially pertinent information. Like if we get like a general situation of the village from the people talking around, because we're probably gonna get that from the chief man, but like, people talk, and if they assume that we can't understand them, they don't know that we're listening. You dig?
Exactly.
This too is reconnaissance.
As you guys
Yep.
as you guys are walking through the village, heading towards the large house, one of the houses towards the lake, almost at the foot of the lake, you can see is being guarded by 3 different kobolds, each of which holding spears, shields, and they seem to have wings of their own.
Interesting.
Interesting. So these kobolds fornicated with dragons to create winged kobolds.
Are you actually saying this?
Yes, I am saying this, Kazumi. It's coming right out of my
Jeez.
mouth.
Thank goodness they can understand what you're saying.
Rubs his chin,
That you know of.
Judas is rubbing his chin and thought, we actually can't rule out the possibility of that being an option.
Hey, I've heard stories of, I don't know, some certain icy motherfuckers banging dragons, alright? I'm not going to specify names, but, that's just my conclusion.
I'm just.
I know the wings. I know the weapons. Do these seem bigger than the average kobold? Are they like
Yes.
just around the same? Bigger too?
Bigger, taller, stronger. They just look like if they were to be in a battlefield, they would be on the front lines.
Judas nods to himself. Alpha kobolds.
Hey,
Are they-
100%.
So are they blocking the entrance to the chief right now?
No,
Is that what
just
you're gonna say?
a separate building that's on the that is almost touching the water of the lake.
Rob was going to say something.
I
Rob,
see.
you want to say something?
I was gonna ask, what are they armed with? Like, what weapons are they holding?
You can see that they have, just like at a quick glance without staring too much, you can see that they have spears and shields.
I stare at their spears. I'm just staring, that's all.
You okay there, Peter?
Kind
Well,
of
that's
lean, kind of lean a finger over and turn his head to look back towards the door. Come on, buddy. Don't stare too hard.
But they're so
Don't stare too hard.
cool.
Are there
I
any
know, Peter.
guards?
I know.
Are there any guards at the door for the chief?
There are 2 that you can see, but they're not blocking you from going to the door.
Ulf pushes his way through, and he enters the door.
Past the what?
You're
Passes
pushing
through
past me.
the door. No, like he like kind of like brushes past everybody to go through the door.
Oh, sweet. So Ulf's going first. Got it.
Yeah.
Genius plan. What if it's an
She's gonna
ambush?
she's gonna kind of put a hand on his shoulder and be like, probably best if I go in first, given that I know the language.
Well, we're all
Oh.
gonna go in there. It doesn't matter. We need
How
to get
about you
in there
both
anyway.
go in at the same time?
We're all going. We're a group.
Yes. And Ulf being the gentleman,
Alright.
he can open the door for us, and we can go through.
Hey, that's
They don't
idea.
look like they make a move to stop us. We just walk towards the door. We're all good.
Yep.
No, they don't. They kind of eye you, but they won't stop you from heading into the door.
Word. All right. Cool. We take that.
All right, we go in.
I've heard no downsides.
Are there? Upon walking in, what do we see?
You can see that there are not a lot of kobolds. There's probably about 7 kobolds inside, all of them working, cooking, cleaning, trying to keep this space clean, and they seem to be doing it in a hurry.
How does it smell?
Native.
Does the
Native.
food smell- Does the food
Love it.
smell good at least?
The food smells good.
Ah, that's best news I've heard all day.
Is there
If
anyone who
they can cook,
appears,
we can reason with them.
right? Is there anyone who appears to be the chief?
You don't see anybody that's seen. Everyone that's in the room is performing a task.
I see.
So it looks like the chieftain is missing.
Or yeah, he's not in the room that you can see.
Okay. Can I roll for perception to see if there's any hidden rooms? Maybe it's like where they like perform a ritual or something.
Hidden
You know,
room.
like a prayer.
We're gonna walk
From-
into the room where
From
we're
the
doing
outside, from the outside, you know that the ceiling is a little bit shorter than where it should be, so there's most likely a room above you, but you do not see a path to get up there.
I'm gonna have Electra kind of move up and see if she can see what's up there.
Better yet, why don't we just ask one of the people where the chief is?
Okay.
That's a good point.
Kazumi.
What appears to be all the hubbub, bubs?
Hi, bud.
We'll gently stop somebody who happens to be nearby and ask or inquiry as to where the chief might be.
You kind of just talk to the first. Do you want to talk to? You just talk to like the first person in front of you.
Yeah, pretty much. Like whoever's just nearest.
They look kind of surprised that you're speaking their language, as did Nax, and they just go. Chieftain Ketra will be here soon. She went to go and gather a couple of her advisors.
Oh, I see. So,
We
How
saw
soon
you
would you
coming
say,
down
perhaps?
from the cliff, and we were told to make this space clean for the new visitors.
no. Well, might I
Huh.
say you're doing a wonderful job. It looks fantastic, and the food
Wait.
smells wonderful.
I had a question for everybody else in the party. How did they know that we were coming? That was pretty fast.
They
Oh.
saw us.
Oh,
So, yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we were walking up. They probably saw us like before we actually like made it to the village. And since they saw Nax leading us there, they probably figured that we were cool.
That makes sense.
It helps
Yes.
knowing the language.
Kazumi, ask if there's any like rooms or something where we can chill while we wait for the chieftain.
Wow, that's actually a very good question. Yes, is there any place that we can await the arrival of the chief while we make ready ourselves?
The chief will be here soon. You can stay in here, and she gestures towards the table that they're like cleaning and setting up, and they're kind of just like these like wooden plates set about.
Ah, excellent. Thank you very much. I don't want to keep you too long, but please pass my regards to everyone around. They're doing a fantastic job.
She bows and then gets back to working.
And I'll just kind of relate everybody. We can wait over there. She just kind of gestures towards the table.
Finally, for us dudes, we can now sit. Kageno, you can sit with your carbunculo. Ulf, you can, I don't know, use your massive your massive armor to sit down on the massive floor with your massive butt. And Judas, you do Judas things.
I will do squats.
We should squat together, to improve our morale.
We do squats together.
Exactly. I squat with Judas.
Kaz is going to shake her head and just pull out her tome and start writing in it.
Kageno, what are you doing?
I'll choose a seat, but I'm keeping a close eye, like on if there's any place where they would keep records around the place.
Oh, you're looking for books. Because you're a nerd.
Ulf, what are you?
Yes.
That's a good idea. That she'll do that too.
Ulf is just sitting
You're
there.
both nerds. Nerds.
Yo,
He is a sage.
the dad senpai, can me and Judas, like, I guess, roll to see who does the most squats, like who tires out first?
Oh
If you
man,
want
we should
to.
totally have a squat. We should have a squat off.
Yeah, squat off, bro.
That is the best way to motivate us to do more squats, is to have a squat off.
So what should we roll? Athletics or something?
All right. While the nerds are gonna go read their books, we're gonna get these gains.
Yeah, fucking nerds.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yes.
We're saying it, but in a way that makes sense for Judas and Peter to say it. As opposed
Wait,
to the way we're saying it.
my character speaks Garlean. Can we both say it in Garlean?
Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah, we say it in Garlean.
Like Judas says something offhandedly in Garlean, and then you follow up on the conversation, and we discover that we can speak Garlean together.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna keep us from fucking know? Okay, I say how be.
I mean, if you speak Vieira,
She
you and me can
mumbles
just
in
have
Kobold.
conversations together.
I speak Vera, yes.
You and me can have conversations together. I speak Vieira too.
Oh my.
Can we roll a 1d20 to see who squats the most?
Sure.
Let's do this.
Let's say, roll your athletics. I want to see who does better.
I have a plus 2. Oh, this is going on out of character. How's everyone going so far?
Damn it! I rolled like shit.
Okie dokie.
Congratulations, Peter. You do more squats.
You are more bulked. This makes more sense.
I say in
Yeah.
Garlean, suck it. I am the superior squatter.
After your guys' little squat competition ends, you notice as the door opens
Despise.
and 4 of the winged armed kobolds walk in and take positions, 2 at the door on the inside where you guys are, and then 2 on the other side of the room in the corner. As they're walking through the room, you notice that all the servants stop cleaning and stuff, and they kind of like fan out to the sides of the room as 3 more kobolds walk in afterwards, probably like a minute after the guards walk in. One of them is wearing kind of like, not really steelish armor, but it's maybe made of like iron or tin. You can't really tell, the color's a little bit off, and it has a little gold circlet on its head, as well as the other 2 are wearing these greenish cloaks. And they all walk over to the table and sit on the opposite side of all of you.
Kazumi is going to be paying very close attention to the one who appears to be the chief.
So I'm assuming one of them looks different compared to the others. Like, obviously so.
Yes. After they all sit down, a couple of the servants come by and they start pouring drinks out to everybody, and they start bringing out like berries and fruits and vegetables, stuff that does look freshly picked for the day.
Leans over to Kazumi. You're being incredibly accommodating for a group that decided to cut off all contact with another civilization. So what's going on here?
That is an excellent question, and one that I intend to inquire upon.
I whisper to Kageno and Ulf, just get your weapons out just in case if shit goes wrong.
Don't do that.
Mm-mm.
Don't listen to him.
Don't.
Don't do that.
Listen,
Don't
listen,
do it.
listen. They are well equipped to kill us if we walked in the village in the first place. If they wanted us dead, we would be dead already. We're
Good
fine.
point.
Indeed, we would. She'll look at the chief. I'm assuming who she would have assumed to be the chief, and she will stand up and bow gracefully and start speaking in Draconic. Greetings, I am Kazumi Ametrine, one of part of the Crystal Vanguard that we have that has been sent out by Landdown to investigate why contact was cut. We thank you for your hospitality and look forward to productive conversation.
You can
So
kind of
clap on the
see that
back.
this chieftain in the gold circlet kind of just like switching as you're talking from elbow to elbow in her chair, kind of just like eyeing you on both sides, trying to get a measure of who you are. As soon as you are done, before you sit down, as you're still standing, I'm assuming. Or do you finish and
She
sit
would.
down?
Yeah, she finished it. Yeah, finishes and sits down.
The chieftain stands up. It is very rare for us to get visitors from the Stone City. You say you are calling it Landdown now?
That is correct. We only recently came upon the city ourselves, and we had been asked by the mayor, the governor there, to look into this matter for them.
The governor. Is it still that same old cat?
Is Rothgar? Yeah. What's the governor's name?
I forget, was he a Rothgar?
Yeah, he
Like,
was
out of
Rothgar.
character.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Let's confirm that that she's talking about the same person.
Oh, yeah, she'll kind of give the description of the governor and ask if that is the same that they've been dealing with.
And he decided to send you to rekindle communications, you say?
That is correct. There was concern, from what he had spoken, there was a sudden withdrawal of, I would assume, ambassadors from both this place and another.
Must be the snakes. As she says that, you kind of like see a little snarl in her nose.
Oh.
But you have it a little bit wrong. We haven't been not sending ambassadors to your stone city. Our ambassadors haven't been returning.
Question,
Well, that
are they
is
speaking-
cause for concern.
Is the chieftain speaking common or
Draconic
right now?
For the
Could you-
benefit of our vanguard, if you are able, would you be willing to speak in the common tongue? It does get tiring to continue to translate for them. And she'll kind of have like a amused smirk, just as a little joke towards her.
Sadly, I have not learned your human tongue. My two ambassadors here as they are the only ones left of our people who have taken it upon themselves to learn your language, would be willing to talk to you in my place. As she gestures for them to stand up and she sits down.
I see. So the ambassadors have disappeared.
The ambassadors have been disappearing.
And the two beings that are standing up that are in green cloaks, one on the right has more of a reddish tint to his scales, and the one on the left has more of a bluish tint. The bluish one speaks up, going, "Yes, there were many of us that offered to learn the language and become assimilated and speak to your people. Many of our brothers who were sent there have not returned, as well as their guards, in fact."
Interesting. I wonder if this could be related to the creatures that we came across on our travels up here.
Skeletons. Did we find it? Did we find any remains of any kobolds when we were after we were done with the zombie attack? I don't remember doing so. Well, wait, no, we did
Yeah, I don't
find it.
remember either.
Because didn't we find a destroyed camp? And when we were investigating the destroyed camp, then we got attacked by the zombies.
Yes, but you recall the ones that were in the camp were scouts from Landdown.
Okay,
Yeah, these are.
just making sure there's not a connection.
That camp wouldn't be ours. We haven't sent an ambassador to your stone city in about 3 moon cycles.
That is indeed quite a while.
Well, we've
Well-
lost around 20 of our people. We didn't want to... We've even sent out warring groups in your direction just to try and clear out any unsavory beings that have been killing our people, but we've come up with nothing. So we thought it best
Did
not to
these-
send anybody at all.
Kageno's gonna cut in and ask, is there anyone that you know of that would benefit from you guys not reaching the town?
The snakes, of course.
And who are these snakes you speak of?
The Lamaya, right?
The Lamia. But if what you say is true, then they wouldn't have a problem reaching us. But it seems that we have lost contact with both tribes, and this does not bode well.
Kazumi, can you ask this beautiful chief lady about the crystals and the possible wyvern? She might know something.
She'll pull out the crystal and she'll lay it upon the table. We found this controlling what appeared to be some strange creatures that were already previously dead but reanimated by this thing. I haven't really... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I haven't really had much of an opportunity to really inspect as to how it works, but I have a rather big suspicion that mayhap the problem is bigger than we realize.
The red scaled kobold reaches over and picks it up, inspecting it, kind of sniffing it a little bit, and he leans over to the chieftain and speaks in Draconic, a little bit quietly. You can hear it, Kazumi, and he says, "It is a mana crystal." And he goes back and he places it on the table, and in common he relays to the rest of the party, "This crystal here, it or at least it is a mana crystal. It contains magic inside of it and is used for like spelling magic when one would have none."
Excuse me, Mr. Kobolman. I have one question to ask you personally.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
just gonna turn
move his
here.
head to look at you, but you can see his eyes shift towards you.
Is your queen single though?
Kaz gonna not backhand, but is gonna smack the back of his head.
Oh, it was a genuine question.
Don't mind this one.
Don't mind this one. He's an idiot.
You kind of see the red scaled kobold glaring at Peter as he goes back. These crystals, infused with magic can be drawn from them or poured into them.
So they can store like a spell, for example, for later usage.
Not a specific spell, but magic in general.
Interesting. So how would they be controlling then these individuals?
How can what control individuals?
These stones were found embedded in these creatures, and now these creatures appeared to, when we pulled the crystal out of them, they fell to the ground as if they were dead. So these creatures were being reanimated by these crystals. So the question becomes, if these crystals store magic, then how are these crystals controlling these individuals?
The blue one as the red one kind of just like puts his hand to his face and thinking over your questions. The blue one speaks up. We wouldn't know. It would come from either a person who had casted it, his intentions, or even just these beings of creatures are drawing upon it in order to stay alive.
Kazumi, did you ask him about the wyvern?
What wyvern?
Kazumi
There
can
was-
explain it.
There was a wyvern that was feasting on the unfortunate souls that were victimized by these creatures. And my friend wishes to know if you guys know anything about the wyverns in that area.
This wyvern happened to have a crystal similar to the one that Kazumi put it on. And, well, also there was a mention, technically I have two questions. One about that specific wyvern, and two about apparently there's some dragon in the lake or something. Should we be aware about that?
Well, hold up a moment. Out of character, I don't think that we were able to make a determination that there was a crystal on that wyvern. Were we?
I'm pretty sure Dad told us the other when we saw one. So from what I remember, basically, there was a weird crystal thing like the fucking people that in the wyvern had one. Is that correct,
Yeah,
Dad? If not, I
don't remember.
will retract my statement.
You couldn't make it out clearly.
But there's something similar looking enough that is suspicion.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting from this, yeah.
Viper-wise, you were probably talking about Viper Strike. He was a wyvern
What?
that lived here on the island some 30 cycles ago. We haven't seen him in a long time.
What kind of a name is Viper Strike?
And be nice, Peter.
Oh, sorry. Forgive my impoliteness. I was just stunned by the name. Such a very mighty, powerful name, you know?
If it's all right to ask, why did the dragon leave?
We do not know. Dragons do as they want, especially wyverns. They live where they want, stay where they want, kill and feast wherever they want. We cannot stop them. Besides, he was a, shall you say, smaller figment of our He kind of looks over at the chieftain and then back towards you guys. We praised him for a time while he was here. But our main deity is that of lives in the lake. Whether he stays or goes is not really up to us, and we do not mind either.
I see.
And as far as his name goes, dragons and wyverns are normally named after their appearance or their fighting prowess.
Interesting.
The Viper Strike
Did this-
really did like to use his tail in combat.
Where
Piercing
actually-
strikes.
Excuse me, apologies for interrupting you, young kobold man, but where was the last of, if you don't mind me asking this, where was Viper Strike's lair when he was last seen?
We do not know where his lair is. Probably somewhere
don't-
either in the forests or the mountains. We have always lived here, where our deity is closest.
Is it safe to go to where this deity is?
No. And we would not allow you to do that anyways.
Let me see. Continue on. I have no questions left up. Kageno, sorry for interrupting you there. You go ahead.
Did this wyvern have a taste for humanoid flesh previously, or is this a new habit?
Wyverns eat and kill what they want. If they want to eat human, they'll eat human.
Okay.
Sammy is
Shit.
writing down various notes, and she'll look up towards the chief and offer a gentle smile. And I do apologize. I didn't quite catch your name, Chief. And she just kind of trails off as she's speaking in Draconic.
I am Chieftain Ketra.
How do I spell that? Out of character.
Like K-A-T-R-A? That's Katra.
K-A-T-R.
K-E-T-R-A. Ketra.
Ketra, there we go. Chieftain, okay. She'll kind of write that name down and bow gently. Thank you. It helps for my record keeping.
Out of character, I feel like we're missing some important questions here.
I'm currently trying to think of any that we
Aside-
haven't asked yet.
Aside
Oh.
from the disappearances of your
We c-
ambassadors, what have there been any other strange occurrences around the vicinity?
I would not call them strange occurrences, but the Lamias, as you called them, have started pushing closer towards our territory yet again, as they always do.
Are they hostile? And why do they want to push towards your people?
Because they find us weak, and they think they can push us around just like everyone else.
How do you know they find you weak?
Because they push into our territory, kill our animals, claim our crops, take what they want, and offer nothing.
I'm gonna jump into a
Let's see.
conclusion. Oh wait, can I understand what the chief? No, is this the chieftain speaking or someone else speaking?
It's the red kobold.
All right, sorry, Red Kobo, but I'm gonna jump into a conclusion here. From our recent encounters, and there's strange circumstances here. We know that the Lamias and you are both cut out somehow. I believe there's someone in the middle dividing both. Maybe there's someone, I don't know, trying to make both of you fight. while there's something nefarious going on in the behind the scenes. That's just my conclusion. I have a lack of evidence, but so far that is my current conclusion.
Loath as I
I'd
am
like-
to do such a thing, but I think that Peter might be right in as such I kind of agree with his assessment. I
You said
can't help but wonder if maybe um there's something greater at work here that is trying to stir the pot, as it were, and cause it's so chaos essentially.
Ulf, you were
I
saying
had,
something?
I had a question. Yeah, I was gonna say something. I see. Ulf was good, pipe up, and he was gonna be like, "Oh, chieftain or who am I talking to?
Either the
Who am
red
I
or the
talking?
blue kobold, they both speak in
Oh,
common.
okay. Uh, he'll talk to the red kobold, and he'll ask him, could they have somebody from the town that knows the lay of the land a bit better to kind of guide us a little bit easier, at least at like to their safety, to where the snake people are, at least so that we can get a good you know advantage on time, and then we'll go there and talk with them and see what we can do about this conflict.
To add on to Ulf's comment, I'm wondering if we can have one of the town's ambassadors come with us to come back to the town and talk with the governor.
May I interrupt? I have one question for you. So, like, have you made any big enemies of, like, besides the Lamias? I'm talking about in the past. Has there been anyone of importance in this Kobold tribe that has been, let's say, exiled or something? Have you had anyone that has a personal beef with the chieftain or something? Because
They all kind of like look around at the three of you as like which to answer first. The red kobold just kind of looks around and just goes, "We could draw you a map to the quickest route to those Lemias. As far as one of us coming with you, I would probably think that would be a bad idea, seeing as we are not in
Well,
good communications with them, as well as we have no exiles here. If we have problems with people,
Right.
we take care of them."
I understand that, but diplomacy wins us most battles, and I promise you, if anything, we would be the best protection for the person that we would bring with us to the encampment, and they can leave as soon as they feel like there's enough danger.
On the other hand, I do actually need to stop you there and point out the fact that perhaps for the moment the safest place for them might be here. We still need to investigate and figure out what is actually going on.
Well,
And
yeah.
until we figure out what's going on, I don't feel comfortable bringing the ambassadors out just yet.
we
Well, I'm
need
not
to.
talking about the ambassadors. I'm talking about somebody that knows the lay of the land here. They could take us, they could show us the way there, and then whenever they feel that there's enough danger, we can, they can go back and we can defend them if need be.
I don't say we
Well-
don't need them. We just need a book that translates the Lamia language. That'll help us.
We'll figure that out as we go. But
Comprehend languages is a spell,
I do have that, yes. But
You
my
see,
suggestion,
Kageno could be our translator.
my suggestion would be, we get a note, we get a letter from the chieftain to indicate what their status is, and if we do not make it out of the Lamia village with more information, but we get out safely, we pick up a ambassador to come back with us to the town. We don't take him anywhere near the Lamia.
How about this? We both we get both sides of the story, and then after that we could possibly organize a meeting once we have enough evidence to find out what the actual fuck is going on. Simple?
Simple.
Interesting.
I guess our next destination will be the Lamia place. Since we now know there is something possibly greater afoot.
Well, that's one village taken care of, and one chieftain we've made contact with.
Okie dokie. Kazumi, you want to say anything else to the chieftain?
Yes. Would you happen to have any accommodations that we could stay in for the night while we make preparations?
She sits back a little in her chair. Yes. You may stay here. We will bring in bedding for all of you to stay. I will take my leave and sleep in another house today. But as far as the Lamias go, I would tell you right now, do not trust everything you hear from them on your visit. And if things do seem to go hostile, I trust that you would favor us over them as companions for your newly growing stone city of Landown. And in the meantime, we will await your arrival and begin preparing our people for defensive and aggressive measures.
Takes a
Understandable.
quick look around at the fighting kobolds. Yeah, for quality.
We will certainly relay these words to the governor. Unfortunately, none of us have any sort of authority or capacity to speak to what his desires are. That said, we are going to aim to try and maintain good relations with both, because we believe that there is something good to stand for having both paths open to us. And then she's just kind of like thinks for a moment, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, would there? This is entirely off topic. Well, would you happen to know where I can get some artisan tools?
Like
Drawing.
drawing?
Yeah.
Like a canvas.
Like you want like a
and
tapestry or
Like painting.
like
Like a
paints, or
canvas.
are you talking about like a canvas? Or do you want like the whole shebang?
A whole shebang, because, I rolled that natural 20. Just out of character, I just rolled that natural 20. I was like, you know what? She's going to pick up art.
I will get something set up for you. And she kind of looks over and taps on the blue-scaled kobold. Grab some of our trinkets together. Send out a party looking for Viper Strike. If things do come to the worst, having him on our side won't be bad. As he bows and kind of leaves the room before the rest.
I'll wait till we're a distance away before we have this conversation. She just said that we would potentially squat up at the dragon.
No,
No?
she's making preparations just in case things go sour with the Lamias.
Okay. Viper Strike.
She will also ask the chief, I do happen to be a healer, and while I am here, I would like to know if there's anything I can do for anyone who might be injured or otherwise ill.
Ask the chieftain if she's single again.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I gotta find it. Yay. Also,
Say
she
it one
kicks-
more time,
she
Peter,
kicks,
and I'm gonna bonk you.
Yeah, she kicks Peter in the shin discreetly as that's happening.
I feel no pain, for I am immune to pain.
Oh no.
This is your first time in
no.
our village. Our healers can handle our own people, but maybe in the future we might come to rely on you a bit more.
But of course.
Looks at your charity, spits on it, rubs it into the dirt a little bit, walks away.
I would like to ask one. I'll ask the red kobold if there is a if there's a record of the ambassadors they have sent out to see if maybe we can, if we come across anything, we can identify and let them know.
That's a
What we
good
learned.
question.
A,
We should know what we're looking for.
a record?
Like, is there anything that they were holding that identifies them as your ambassadors?
That's a good question, Rob.
Wait, what was the question?
If they had anything on them that identifies them as ambassadors for the Kobolds, if we come
Oh,
across
that's a
them.
good question.
Yes, each of the ambassadors had a small gold band across their left wrists or left forearms.
You wouldn't have to have an extra one that we can keep on us to double check if they're the same.
The red
will
kobold
not
kind
wear-
of looks over at his chieftain as she nods, as he rolls back a sleeve on his arm and removes his own gold band and hands it to you.
All right.
Kaz is also
Thank
going
you.
to ask for the names of both the red and the blue kobold.
My name is Gaz, while my compatriot Snid is the one who has already left.
Spid was the blue one.
Snid.
Just OOC. Smid, SMID.
SNID. Snid.
Oh, Snid.
Snid and
Gaz.
Gaz.
Okay. So Snid was the blue kobold and Gaz is the red one?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. I'm making notes. Well, guys, any other questions?
It'll help for the recap later.
Absolutely.
Quick poll around the room. Do you think we got all the information we're going to be able to get out of the chief while we're here?
I can't think of any other questions right offhand.
I'd about to say, let's actually do a
As
quick
in-
overview of what we just learned, so we can bullet point that real fast.
Well, we learned that we learned that the wyvern that came after us might be the previous deity. That the Lamia and them are basically like fighting for territory and shit like that.
And there could be someone behind the scenes manipulating both sides.
Specifically by these crystals that we found inside of their chests.
That could raise the dead, because we also can't rule out the possibility that there may be some of these crystals attached to kobolds and or lamias that we haven't run into yet.
Or even a third party that's using this as an advantage to cause some fucking chaos.
What's the name of the wyvern again?
Viper Strike.
Viper Strike, thank you.
But who stands to gain from having the lamias and the kobolds going at each other and staying out of contact with Landdown?
Well,
What?
simple. The mayor.
I'd also-
I was jumping to that conclusion too.
I also want to
You
make
think
a
the
note.
mayor?
Well, I mean, we did just acquire new people with weapons and armor, like myself and, well, that other fellow, and this man named Peter here. And we could be seen as a threat if we find out the truth of his intentions.
Interesting.
What if
I'd
it's
also-
strong? Oh,
I would
go
also
ahead.
like to note down how many of their ambassadors have not reached the town as well. Like it was 20, right?
No.
How many was it from the conversation?
Like
Just wanna
ambassadors
double check.
themselves? 5.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
5. Okay.
And with their guards, because
Do
their
you-
guards also never came back.
Okay.
It's either him or some other person. Who knows?
Well, we
Well,
got one side of the story so far. The best
is
thing
the
we,
thing.
That's
thing we can do.
and we won't be able to find out more until we get to the Snake People's village.
And even then, we may have to expand our investigation to back in Landdown. On top of that,
Exactly.
We should also keep our communications with the Kobolds a secret from the Lamia, as to not, have them bite our fucking heads off.
That's actually
So,
a good idea.
yeah.
You know?
that we might want to adjust our route on getting over there, so that way they can't pinpoint the fact that we just came from over here. So maybe we should head south and then directly follow west to meet their village, as opposed to just
Well,
leaving.
I do remember from last session you guys were talking about, instead of going straight to the Lamias, you were talking about maybe going back down to Landdown.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That was
And
also an option.
Yeah, and that was the pinned idea, because depending on what we learned in the Kobold village, we may have to amend that and actually just go to the Lamias outright. So we that's why we were trying to get here faster, so we had more time to decide what our second the second phase of our investigation was going to be.
So we
So
want to
we're-
return to Landdown and basically explain to the governor what's
No,
going on.
no. We gotta keep this a secret from the governor. We don't know. There still could be some fucked up shit going behind the scenes. We gotta solve this on our own and figure out shit on our own. All right.
Well, here's a
Well-
question for you. If it really is a problem, then why would we be sent out to figure out what's going on?
I was about to say the same thing. Why would he
Yeah.
hire us to investigate if it would just turn around and lead back to him?
Probably because he
Yeah,
wants us
that doesn't
dead.
make any sense. That doesn't. Why would
He
he want
doesn't
us
know
dead? He's never
us.
met us before.
I say that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that makes zero sense.
We met him
Nah.
like less than a week ago.
Now, if we're gonna head back to the city, we probably could have him bring one of the Kobolds with us, since we're not going near the Lamia, if they were willing.
No. We are gonna go confront those snake scaly
Actually-
freaks.
Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Because if there is something that's attacking the ambassadors, we could act as a guard for said ambassador, and assuming we get attacked, we'll handle it because I believe in us. Or, at the very least, we could potentially get a further lead in the investigation.
And we can have direct communication. We can actually get their ambassador to the town, since they show they want to communicate.
Exactly.
I gotta think. Well, no, it's an interesting choice to do something, but like that. But I'm thinking maybe I'd say put that aside and like try to figure out stuff as we go. Whatever works, I'd say.
Mm,
I think it might be voting time.
Might be what?
Loading time.
Voting time.
What is loading time?
Voting.
Voting.
That's what I was
Voting.
about to
Voting.
ask, actually. It's funny you say that. I was going to ask them maybe the kobolds have a boat to travel down
What?
to Lamtall.
I didn't
So
say
are you
Go
saying
down
we
to
should have
Landdown.
we should have a vote in the team?
Yes. Vote.
Yes.
VOTE.
Yeah.
I propose the idea that we investigate the Lamia, and the Lamias don't send any kobolds with us to the land down. That's my idea. I vote for that one. Judas, your
Yeah.
idea was?
There's the idea of taking of insisting on one of the Kobold ambassadors, either Gas or what was the other one?
Bax, I don't know. Kageno, you were about to say something, by the way?
Snid.
And I was good.
Snake.
Okay.
No,
As from discussions, majority already seems like you're the only one that's not for taking the Lamia with us.
no,
Or not the
not
Lamia, not Lamia. My brain's fucked. Sorry. Want the
Very fine.
Kobolds with us.
Well, that's the thing. Like, do we? Because it's not a bad idea though, right? Because if we do the Kobold thing, then that more or less throws in our lot with them, right? And but that only means we still only have half the story. We could go to the Lamias, get their perspective, and then if we get the same story from them too,
Wait a
then we
minute.
know we have to expand the scope of the investigation.
Wait,
further,
wait,
right?
Judas. I'm going to cut you off there. So, a revelation just came to me. One of those kobolds in the chief, one of those kobolds mentioned there was a secret path, like an easier path or something. Look, I have a theory. I'm jumping at conclusions here, but there is a lack of evidence. What if one of those one of those, like, I don't know, the kobolds that could speak common? Who's the guy that knew the path to the Lamia place the quickest or something? I think that maybe he has something to do with this. You know, he knew what that crystal was all about, or something. But what I'm trying to say is, I think maybe he's doing something behind the scenes. Maybe him and some other like higher up in the Lamia are working together to cause chaos.
That's a bold accusation to make.
I love bold and I love accusations. That's why my wife left me.
I mean, joking response. This comes from the thing I chose to eat a plate. Second response,
Yeah.
that could be a valid thing. So, I've said my piece. That is your piece. What's everyone thinking?
I think we should go straight to the Lamias.
I'm actually of the mind that we should also go to the Lamias and
As
get
am
their
I.
side as well.
As
And
am I.
then
Okay.
There's our three options that it sounds like you guys are talking about.
Yes. Kazumi, what's your vote?
Kazumi
I
already
voted
voted.
too.
All right.
Kaz, you there?
Are you there, Peter?
I am there.
In the Roll20 chat.
Oh, in the Roll20 chat. Oh shit! No, I didn't vote. Fuck. Sorry. I didn't see it. Okay.
3 gets 2 anyway, so
I know, but let him vote.
Yeah.
4 gets 2. 4
Democracy.
gets 1.
All right. It looks like we're going to the Lamia encampment.
I like danger noodles.
Danger noodle.
Hopefully we can communicate with them too.
I got comprehend language. I can help out with that. Mostly it comes to the point.
Oh, you know Lamia?
I wonder if it would be easier. I mean, maybe it's not easier, but if they're hostile, maybe we can go through the back way by climbing up these mountains.
Well, if they're hostile, then we would have more reason to believe the Kobolds than Lamia initially.
Exactly.
But they have probably a reason to be hostile, because I believe they probably think the kobolds are the bad guys or something.
Well,
Well,
yes,
we
but,
did. Well,
what
we're
I'm saying is
able-
I'm okay with going to Lamia encampment. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, the inkling would be, we go there, we try to negotiate with them as well. If they don't give us any response, we would have no reason to take their side at that point. So it would be a confirmation. So I say we just go to the village as normal.
All right, then.
You're
we
talking
are
about kind of go
unanimous.
in this direction, like so?
Oh shit, that's an interesting direction.
Is that what you're looking at doing? Or I guess it would maybe even be this way.
Yeah,
I think
that
the
was
first
that-
way.
yeah, that's what I was suggesting earlier. So that way they don't, because we want to approach in a way that doesn't give away our prior connection to the kobolds. Because I'm assuming they don't have like scouts or anything like,
Peter?
keeping an eye on this village.
Oh
Peter,
shit!
no,
You can-
Peter, we're
bad.
on,
You can-
Peter,
you
we're
can
on
see-
stream.
You can see that off.
Yes, the stream can see it, man.
Oh,
It might
okay,
be
let me-
it might be helpful to go into the woods, like you can go
How
in
do
the
I
woods
delete
enough.
that? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it might
It's
be,
like, how do I
might
delete?
be if we go into the woods and go up. then they'll think that we're just coming out the woods if they see us, and less reason for suspicion.
Yeah, we could
God
just
damn it.
we could just take that wide swooping move.
Yeah, I agree. We should probably get going though, because we're talking too much about how we're gonna get there. We're not actually doing it.
Adventure
Well,
awaits.
we should probably rest. How long have we been traveling for?
4 days.
Well, I mean, like for the day. Like, have we been
Oh.
like our 8 hours? And
We
stuff?
haven't traveled much.
It's closer to probably around 3-4 p.m.
Yeah, we have plenty of time.
We can get some ground.
And then make camp whenever night falls.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can't you?
We have.
I don't know
We
where
have.
the delete button is.
We have our packs, so we have some food still. We're not hurting.
And considering the fact they just fed us, I don't see why we wouldn't have taken some leftovers.
Oh,
Exactly.
absolutely.
So going the long path, it's probably going to take you about 4.5 days to get to the Lamia encampment.
That's fine, because that means we only have about 10 days. 10 days? I think it was 2 weeks, so 4 days. Yeah, so by the time we get back, we should just barely make the 2 weeks. Given that we don't run into a specific dragon.
I hope we run into the dragon.
If we run into the dragon, I will talk to the dragon. No one
We
is
will-
going to be putting a sword through the dragon's wing.
It's too late.
We
The
don't know
dragon
that.
already has it.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
We'll
We can
find
try
out
that
in
out.
time.
It flew off with
Well, then I
the
suppose you'd have
weapon
better
in the
hope
wing.
that. I suppose you'd have better hope that I have the diplomacy
not trying-
skills to keep it from eating us.
How do I say? Yeah, no, I'm not worried about getting the sword back. I'm making sure we're not going to antagonize it any further. It can keep the sword.
Right.
So everyone,
That's-
is everyone ready to head out?
Yeah, I am.
I'm
Ooh.
getting the artisan stuff
Yeah.
from the kobolds.
Oh yeah, that's right. The canvas and
Uh,
acrylics and
Ulf,
shit.
Ulf
Who's-
picks up some of the food and puts it into his into a bag with the rest of his food rations.
They're not artisan's tools, whatever they are. What are they called? Painter supplies is what it would be.
If it's something that's easy to carry,
That is just carrying a whole ass canvas during the adventure.
Well, it wouldn't necessarily be canvas necessarily. If I could still paint on like parchment and stuff.
Nice. How long are we waiting for Kazumi's thingamajig, Dad?
So are we spending the night here in the encampment? The kobolds camp?
I'm pretty sure we agreed
Don't
to
think
head
so.
out. No, I'm not
I-
spending the night.
No.
Gonna start the journey and set up camp on the way.
Okay.
I say let's be on our way.
They did bring me the painter supplies, right?
Yeah, they brought you this stuff.
Yeah.
Just some like
We're on
basic
an
dyes.
adventure.
What's that?
Just some basic dyes and stuff that
Okay,
you could
yeah.
paint with.
Heck yeah.
So I take it we're out of the camp now.
You're making your way. You're leaving the camp. You notice as a lot of the people are like coming in from their outside duties, and it seems they're setting up like food and stuff for everyone to eat.
Can I roll a perception check to see if there's anyone suspicious that might be eyeing us or following us, perhaps?
Everyone.
Well, I mean, anyone that stands out of the crowd, specifically. Anyone.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll perception.
Yes. All right, let's see what I got. Oh, fuck, it's a 10.
No.
Damn it.
Can I roll?
Sure.
The eye patch gives him advantage.
I'm sorry, real quick. What's the roll for?
They're trying to see if anyone's stalking them.
Is that perception?
I'll make a roll for that.
That sounds like a perception check.
God
Then we're all
damn
blind.
it. I'm gonna roll one for
I mean,
Alexa,
to be
too.
fair, it's okay that I roll low because I only have one eye patch.
Electra rolls no better than me. We are just not paying attention, apparently.
Yo, what
No.
Well, it's hard to tell who's like kind of eyeing you when everyone is
Sure.
eyeing you.
We
That's
are
fair.
the non-scaly folk walk into their house. So we're literally like, hey, how you guys doing? It's like, who the fuck are you?
Mommy, these people look scary.
So we are not staying the night. Got it. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh,
yeah.
We on our way.
Just keep swimming. Just keep
Just
swimming.
keep swimming. Just
You
keep
know we're
swimming,
literally walking.
swimming.
So
You know what? She's literally singing that as we're walking. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Aristocrat
Walking.
pizza is the pizza for you and me. The pizza. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd be doing some calculations here.
yeah,
I
it's
think
gonna
it's
take-
55 feet from there.
yeah, it's gonna take you guys almost 6 days to get there, and then it will take you 3 days back to land down. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's on schedule.
yeah. So I would like all of you over this next week to. You guys are basically traveling for the next 5 days. I want you to message me what things you're gonna focus on during these travels. And
Okay.
then we will start again next week because I thought you guys were gonna do more in this town, but that's fine. And
I wanted everybody wanted to leave. Grumble.
that's fine. They're focusing on the time frame.
Yeah, the
Okay.
time frame, like
I
trying
wanted
to
to
get
help
there and
people.
get things done. Oh, we can help people. We probably will have to help people sooner or later.
We're helping people by stopping them from fighting, hopefully.
Uh-oh, somebody rolled something. Kazumi, what were you rolling for?
To see if she had nightmares.
Uh,
I'm assuming when we have,
So we will pick up. You guys will be relatively around here next session.
I want to roll to see if I
Okay.
get sleep paralysis.
alright.
I mean, there's
Ulf-
actual stuff that happens if she gets nightmares, and she did, so she's gonna take a.
So,
Wait, what'd you roll? Oh, you rolled a
I
2.
rolled a 12.
Oh, you rolled a 12.
just remembering, when was this? When is the timeline for this? I forgot. It's before the calamity, right?
Should be the third astral era, right?
I don't know the timeline very well.
It's
Third
before A Rome Reborn starts.
Yeah, thank
It's
you. Okay.
it's before Eorzea and the Grimald go to war. The Empire goes
Okay.
to war.
So
Yeah.
okay, so you want us to like message you via to what we're focusing, what each of our characters are focusing on? Is that correct?
Yeah, over the next 5 days. Like I'm assuming Kazumi is probably going to be gathering herbs and painting, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Things that you can do with your free time when you're just sitting in camp.
Okay, so mine, I can tell you right now, I want to try to turn this crystal into a dagger. Is that even possible?
That is very possible.
Oh shit!
Do you have a kit that would help you do that?
I do not know. It is
65.
something that I can negotiate with people in the Cobalt town.
Well, we already left.
Yeah, you guys are leaving.
Well, yeah. Oh, works are gone. Okay, so yeah, I can't do anything with
Yeah,
that.
that's what happens when y'all rush us through.
Profit.
Maybe you'll be
Money.
able to find something in the Lamia encampment that'll help you out with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What God said. We had a timetable.
We also think about it this way, since we're sticking to the time, like that shows the mayor that we can do things on time and that we are dependable.
All right, this is fine.
If you're late, he may not give us some important task that he could have given us.
This is the
Exactly.
benefit of
Alternatively-
playing. This is the benefit of playing a tell your games. All right, you got to keep things within the time frame that the castle gives you with your alchemy.
Alternatively, it could have been a thing of, well, the investigation took a bit of a turn, and thus we needed to further investigate, and that's why it took so long.
True. I'm also
makes a good
trying
point.
to. I'm also trying to impress the governor enough to help to entrust me with troops in the future. So
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
This man has-
I have.
Oh, we all know what Rob's plan is to do.
Yeah, he just wants to create a gang.
well, not necessarily. I'm trying to make like a small military force, like because he's